So I'm so excited about AI.
Yeah.
Like AI, if people aren't using ChatGPT with most of the tasks in a data, it still frightens me how people just don't use it. Like I'll talk significant prompts into, I'll talk to it for 5 minutes, outlining something, setting the context, getting it to think in a certain way.
It helps with creative thinking as well, doesn't it? Like, what am I not seeing?
Yeah, it's so good. And so I just get super excited about how I can use it and how we can supercharge what we're doing here. It's got Kai and Charlie here who are relatively junior, is it fair to say, people in marketing. Yeah. Yet what they're doing is they're superhumans. Yeah. I was speaking to someone this week and they had a senior marketing person in their business. And I said, I would put Charlie and Kai against your person who's been in it for years, and I guarantee they would outperform them in a short space of time, because all we need is people who are passionate, enthusiastic, and have the right intentions. And now they don't need the marketing skills because we can bring that in with AI. So if, let's say, Kai wants to create a script or nurture sequence in an email campaign, you'd have to go and pay a copywriter. You'd have to bring in an expert copywriter. Well, now we can get ChatGPT to consult books that are experts in copywriting. And all we have to do is outline the intention of what we're trying to do, explain the style that we're looking for, give it some examples that we like the look of, explain what the goal is going to be, say never make a hard sell, always include the sale in the PS, etc., etc. The call to action is a discovery call. So as long as they know those intentions, it can now craft something that is exceptional. Yeah. So now with AI, it's not replacing people.
No,
it may do one day in the future. I don't know. But right now, it's turning great people into superhumans and enabling them to achieve incredible things. Yeah. So AI really excites me. And then there's this concept of agentic AI, which is that if you imagine an AI is an agent, so it has the agency to do something specific. So this agent might be great at going and researching. Yeah. This one may be great at evaluating. This one may be great at scheduling in a calendar. Outreach. Yeah, this one may be great at posting on social media. Well, now you can assemble AI teams that you give it a simple prompt in a WhatsApp message and it goes off and just does all these things. Yeah. It is absolutely wild. I don't understand it all. I'll keep watching video after video, and most of it is going over my head. Yeah. So I met some AI guys, and now using ChatGPT and my limited understanding of AI, I've scoped out 4 projects. So at the moment, I'm like, I want to build the next business and sell it for at least 100 million. That's my next goal.
Are you trying to get to 10 million?
So AI business, so EBITDA doesn't come into it as such with software businesses. Okay. So you've got SaaS businesses, which is software as a service, but these new AI businesses is service as a software. Okay. So it's a slightly different model that's achievable. Yeah. And they're getting 50 and 60 times revenue. Whoa. It is crazy. There's a business called Harvey AI that's set up in America that's aimed at the lawyers. They've gone from 0 to 50 million in revenue within a year or a year and a half, something like that. And they've got a 60 times valuation. They're worth 3 billion. It is crazy. Wow. So I want to get into it just so I understand it. I'm curious. Yeah. Okay. So I've been working with the AI guys to understand it. That's my first thing, to understand the space. Yeah. My next thing is to figure out where is our market, who we're going to aim this at. So I'm going to aim one of the products at accountants. I've had ChatGPT help me to scope it up. So I've said, right, I want to scope up 3 projects. I want you to keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to send it to an AI guy to kind of price. This is what I'm trying to achieve with it. Can you come back with this for me? So I've now got 4 scope documents for 4 potential projects.
Amazing. And you've completed those on yourself?
Completed those myself. Yeah. Sent them to the AI guy to get some ideas of cost. So I've now got a rough idea of cost. So now I'm in the process of socializing these ideas. Yeah. People get so afraid of sharing their ideas with people, right?
Ideas don't matter.
They're worth shit. They're worth nothing, right? Only when something's in production and making money are people interested. No one's going to copy an idea.
It's like school, isn't it? Oh, don't look at the moment. No one cares.
Yeah, so get it out there. So what will happen now is I'm socializing this idea, and we've narrowed it down to 2, and I think I'm narrowed it down to 1. So I think we've got 1 idea now. So I've got some pricing for it. Yeah. My next thing is, so let's say it's going to cost for argument's sake, 30 grand to get off the ground, just get to a first launch of a product, right? My first view is think poor. How can I do this so it doesn't cost me anything? I've got the money to spend. I can get the cash now and go start it, but how could I do it for nothing? Like, could I get some low-key investors to chip in and get started? Or what? Like, how can I keep the cost so low? How can I get to a minimal viable product fast? And while that's happening, I'll be setting up a waiting list over here that outlines the core of the problem, and I'll be driving some marketing and some stuff towards that and starting to build up a waiting list of people. And once I've captured them on a waiting list, I'll be asking them more questions around, what is the nature of their problem, how long they had it, how do they think they'd solve it, what would they pay to have it solved, etc. So I'm now starting to build up a set of people that I can start selling this to.
Nice. Will that be built as well with your personal brand and the same client profile as you've had in the past, or maybe different?
It's a great point, and a personal brand is cheap to launch a product with than trying to launch a brand on its own right. I can gain more traction myself. So I will use that to start it, but I think I'll build other people's personal brands this time. So I could try and launch in the accounting space, which I could do, but I could get 10 people in this space to launch it.
Partner.
Potentially mobilize it much quicker. So I'm trying to think poor. I'm putting a plan in place now, which is how can I keep how do we do it with no staff? How do I do it with AI? How do I keep my marketing zero? How can I produce videos, books, and all the social media platforms to keep my marketing costs absolutely rock bottom, to keep my costs as low as possible? And I think sometimes having money can be a problem because
just chuck money at it.
It stops you thinking creatively. I love back to creativity, back to your first ever question. I love thinking, how do I get to there? So back to our first, like when I launched Go Proposal, no one knew me in the industry. Competitors were aggressive towards us and had tens of millions of dollars, years of head start. How do we beat them anyway? How do we keep the cost low, provide incredible experiences for customers, solve real problems, impact people's lives, keep it profitable, make cash, and how do I become resourceful? This is the thing. People will blame a lack of resources. They'll blame a lack of money, a lack of knowledge, a lack of time, a lack of people, a lack of tech. They will blame a lack of resources. The ultimate resource is resourcefulness. How can I be resourceful? So I'm deliberately removing resources. I could go and assemble a team. I could throw millions at it, whatever I needed to do, but I'm deliberately not, because I know it will force better answers. So back to this idea of thinking poor. Barry Hearn, I watched one of his podcasts, which is a great podcast, on the High Performance podcast, and he says, think poor. And it is a healthy mindset to have.
I love that.